We have a fun one today. Winter weather tips. We just got out of a beautiful fall season. If you plan on visiting the state of Utah during the fall time period, I highly recommend taking a drive up through the canyons, up through the mountains, and see some of the beautiful fall colors that we have in this great state. But now winter is here and we must prepare for winter. So on this video, I'm going to give you some of my best winter tips. And we're getting after it right now. Welcome to the Living in Utah channel. I'm Mike Gallagher. I'm a local real estate agent right here in the state of Utah. And if you want to learn everything about the state of Utah, eating, sleeping, drinking, playing, whatever there is, you've come to the right channel. You may consider tapping that subscribe button down below. And honestly, we've been helping so many people from all over the world buy or sell real estate right here. And we absolutely love it. So if I can be of any assistance, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. We got your back when moving to the U state. Let's get started with vehicles. I guess it really depends if you work from home or you have to travel for a job. If you work from home, then you have the luxury of waiting for the plows to come out, clear the roads, let the sun come out and dry the roads, and then head to your destination. Now, if you have to travel for a job and you've got the morning commute and you've got the overnight snow, it can be a little bit of a different situation. Some people feel that in the state of Utah you have to own a truck. Well, that's not necessarily true. If you've got an all-wheel drive vehicle, it can get to the places you need to go, whether it's to work or to the ski resorts. All-wheel drive works great. One thing about trucks, and I'm a truck owner myself, the rear of a truck can be a little bit light. So when you get on some snow-packed roads, it can get a little bit squirrely. So be careful when you're in a truck. Now, if you own a front-wheel drive vehicle, don't worry. There are plenty of people in the state of Utah with a front-wheel drive vehicle. I own one myself. I seem to get around through the winters with no problems. I've got a couple tips for that. Stay on the main roads. The freeways and the larger side streets are the ones that the plows hit the first. You may also consider a good set of tires. I always have a good set of tires on my car when wintertime comes. And you may even consider purchasing some snow tires to help you out a little bit more. Rear-wheel drive vehicles. It can be a challenge. I'll be honest with you. I once owned a Mustang and I drove it through the winter months and it was difficult. I got stuck many times. So rear-wheel drive vehicles are a very big challenge to get around in during the winter months. In general, many people are surprised at how mild the winters really are. Talk to a lot of people that moved to the state of Utah, and that's the one thing they always say to me. I thought the winters would be a little bit more harsh than what I expected. Now, there are areas of the country that will receive 3-4 foot of snow easily. Snow drifts, get snowed in. Places like Montana and Idaho. I travel to Idaho all the time. And just 3 to 4 hours away up the road, it's a different ball game up there. All winter long, their parking lots are packed full of snow because it doesn't get a chance to melt. The snow will drift, block off roads. You literally cannot travel on some roads. Here in Utah, I would say on an average snowfall, we'll probably get 2 to 4 inches in the valley. Now, if you live in the mountain towns, Park City, Heber City, Deer Valley, Eden, Huntsville, Liberty, any of those cities, you're going to receive double or triple that amount every single snowfall. You have higher elevation, more snow. One great thing about the state of Utah is when it snows, a lot of times the sun will come out and it will melt the remaining snow that is left on the roads after the plows have pushed the snow to the side. Snow blowers. I always recommend a snow blower. If there's one thing that people tell me over the years, I wish I would have bought a snow blower years ago. It's a very good investment, in my opinion. So you can buy a small snowblower for $400 or $500. You can buy a large unit for $500 to $1,000. There are other options. If you've got a UTV or an ATV, you can put a blade on the front of it. I've seen people with pickup trucks put blades on the front, push the snow out of the way. I've also seen people with small tractors with snowblowers on the front or blades on the front removing the snow. Really depends on where you live. One thing about an ATV or UTV, at one time, I had an ATV with a snow blade on the front of it, and it really depends on your house design. Where can you push that snow to safely without damaging your landscaping? A blade can tear up your flower bed, your grass very, very quickly. Where with a snowblower, you can shoot that snow into the middle of your yard. So keep that in mind on your home design. Now, it'll depend on where you live as to what kind of equipment you might need. If you are in a mountain town, Park City, Heber City, Deer Valley, Eden, Huntsville, Liberty, any of those cities, you'll need a large snowblower or a UTV, ATV with a blade on it. They can easily receive 8, 9, 10 inches of snow in one snowfall. And if you do buy a snowblower in those locations, I'd recommend a larger snowblower. Now, a snowblower warning: finger danger, missing fingers, damaged fingers. The chutes can get clogged. Now, you can spray some silicone spray or some WD-40 in the chute, or some of the cooking spray, the PAM. That makes it a little easier for the snow to come out of the chute. But when the snow is wet and heavy, it will get clogged in that chute. Do not put your fingers into the snowblower to remove the clog. If you've got children and they're operating the snowblower, make sure they know the dangers of the snowblower. The emergency room sees hundreds and hundreds of cases every year of finger damage. Get a stick, a shovel. Some of the snowblowers have a little shovel that is attached to the snowblower, so that when it does get stuck, you just pull that little shovel out and scoop out the snow. Sprinklers. Do you have sprinklers in your yard to water the grass during the summer months? Well, now's the time to get the water out of the system. Get it blown out. During the winter months, most of those systems are all made out of plastic. Just about every control valve that I've seen is made out of plastic. Water gets in there, freezes, cracks. You'll have problems next spring. I do have an older video on my YouTube channel on winterizing your sprinkler system. It's an older video, but it does receive a lot of views, especially in September, October, and November time frame. Get those sprinklers blown out as soon as possible. Clothing. Now's the time to get that winter clothing out of storage, or go to the store and buy some new winter clothing items. Shirts, jackets, hats, socks. Although I see people here in Utah in shorts and t-shirts all winter long. Matter of fact, I took my nephew to the college football game last weekend, and it was an evening game. And there were students there in shorts with no shirts on at all. And at about 11 p.m., it was about 32 degrees. I had my jacket on, a sweater on, full pants on, and I was getting a little bit chilly. I'm not too sure how they survived. Boots. I always recommend a good set of boots. Look for a set of boots that has great traction on the bottom for those icy conditions. And also insulated boots will keep those toes nice and warm. Hat. Very important. They say that you lose a lot of heat through your head. So always carry a hat. I've got a little small one, a basic hat I keep in my car. If I'm outside any extended period of time, I can put it on. Or maybe I'll play around the golf during the winter months and I put my hat on then. I also recommend that you layer the clothes. Layer after layer after layer. If you get a little bit warm, you can always take one layer of clothing off to cool down just a little bit. So garages, they're very common and very handy. You'll find a lot of homes in Utah have a garage or at least a carport. Very, very common in Utah. It's very nice to leave your car inside the garage overnight. You don't have to worry about the frosted windows. It's a little bit warmer than sitting outside. But a word of warning, if you do leave your car in the garage, don't leave your car running with the door closed. That carbon monoxide can get through your home and be very deadly. Hey, while we're talking about vehicles, washer fluid, very important. Make sure you've got plenty of washer fluid in your tank. Also, there is a summer version and a winter version. During the summer months, they usually sell the summer version. During the winter months, usually the winter formula. The summer months will not protect your system from freezing up. So make sure you have the winter formula in your vehicle. You can also buy ice melter in a spray can. Let's say you park your car outside because you don't have a garage and the windows are all frosted. You can buy ice melter that comes in a can or a bottle that you spray, and it will remove the frost from your car. We can't forget during the winter months also to go out and have some fun. Go enjoy some skiing, some snowboarding. You can look on some of the Facebook groups, some of the websites, and find some discount lift ticket prices. Maybe go snowmobiling. You can rent a snowmobile. You can purchase a snowmobile. Lots of great trails throughout Utah. One thing that I always enjoyed during the winter months was taking the kiddos sledding. I had the time of my life. Go find the side of a hill, up on the mountainside, Get a tube or a sled, have fun all day long. The kiddos absolutely always enjoyed going sledding. Let's talk about items around the house. Maybe you own a home, rent a home, apartment, townhome. Some key items during the winter months. The outside spigot. If you have a hose attached to it, try to detach it. If you plan on using that hose throughout the winter months, I'd recommend that you drain the water out of it so it doesn't freeze when you go to use it. It'll be nice and clear. They do sell faucet covers for the outside spigot to stop it from freezing. They're about $3 or $4 from your local Home Depot or Lowe's. They're insulated, have a little pull string on them. You just put them on the outside spigot and it will protect it from the winter elements. It's a great time also while you're at Home Depot there or Lowe's to pick up some new furnace filters. Change out those filters. Have some nice clear air coming through. CO detector. There are still many cases throughout the country where people are getting ill from CO poisoning and possibly dying. CO detector is a great investment. $30, $40, $50. Buy them on Amazon, Home Depot. Some of them you just plug into a wall outlet. Some are battery operated. It's a great safety device. While we're speaking about safety devices, it's also a great time to buy some 9-volt batteries. Change out those batteries in the smoke detector and test the little test button to make sure they are working. On the outside of your home, the gutters and downspouts. Great time to clean out the leaves, the debris, the dirt, so the water can flow to one location very easily. You're probably not aware that they sell winter fertilizer for your yard. It's a great time to put it down right now before we get the snow. Let it all soak in so we have a great yard next spring or summer. Also with the cooler temperatures, spiders like to get into your home. They're looking for somewhere warm, just like all of us. They sell a product at Home Depot, Lowe's, IFA, most of your hardware stores. It's a home defense product. You spray it around the outside of your home to prevent spiders and insects coming into your home. Now, this is a product that you have to be consistent with. I use it year-round, about twice a month, and I do not see any spiders in my home. If you own pets, we can't forget about the pets. They do require more food during the winter months, so stock up. Maybe buy an extra blanket or some of these nice pet beds that they have out there. Your pets also would like to stay warm this winter. Also, don't forget the flu shot. You know, the whole country's been talking about the COVID shot for the last year. The flu shot is also very important. A lot of people get sick and possibly die from the flu every year. So remember to get your flu shot from your local pharmacy. So in conclusion, that's some of my top winter tips. If you have any kind of great tips for the winter months, I would love to know about it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any kind of questions, by all means, reach out to me. Glad to answer anything that I can. Till the next video, take care and stay safe.